So what if the universe would have changed in the late 1960s and Elvis Presley and Sally Field would have appeared in True Grit with John Wayne? Well, it came very close. So today we're going to be talking not about the movie, but a lot of the background of the casting decisions and non-decisions for True Grit, the original version. Now, John Wayne won an Oscar for Best Actor, Rooster Cogburn. It had a very strong cast, including the up-and-coming Kim Darby, Glen Campbell as LaBeouf, Robert Duvall as Lucky Ned Spencer, Dennis Hopper as Moon, and Strutter, Martin, and Jeff Corey in big supporting roles. Now, as it stood at the time, filming took place for the movie mainly in Ouray County, Colorado, in the vicinity of Ridgway, now home of the True Grit Cafe, around the town of Montrose in Montrose County and the town of Ouray. The script maintains the novel's references to place names in Arkansas and Oklahoma, was in dramatic contrast to the Colorado topography. The courtroom scenes for the movie, very important of course, were filmed at Ouray County Courthouse in Ouray. Now, the scenes that take place at the dugout along the creek where Quincy and Moon are killed, as well as the scene where Rooster carries Maddie on her horse, Little Blackie, after the snake bite, were filmed at Hot Creek on the east side of the Sierra Nevada near the town of Mammoth Lakes, California. Mount Morrison and Laurel Mountain formed a backdrop above the creek. This location was also used in north Alaska. Now, filming of True Grit went very quickly from September to December 1968. Now, get this. Mia Farrow, of all people, was originally cast as Maddie, who was keen on the role. However, prior to filming, she made a film in England with Robert Mitchum, who advised her not to work with director Henry Hathaway because he was cantankerous. Farrow asked producer Halby Wallace to replace Hathaway with Roman Polanski, who had directed Farrow in Rosemary's Baby, but Wallace refused. Farrow then quit the film, which was then offered to Michelle Carey, then Sandra Locke and Tuesday Weld, but all three were under contract for another film. Now, John Wayne had met, of all people, Karen Carpenter at a talent show he was hosting and recommended her for the part, though the producers decided against it because she had no acting experience. Wayne had also lobbied for his daughter Aisa to win the part. Now, up-and-coming actress Olivia Hussey of Romeo and Juliet fame was also offered a role by Wallace, but the offer was rescinded after she said she couldn't see herself with Wayne and said that he can't act. After also considering a young Sally Field, the role went to Kim Darby, which made some difficulty with Wayne on set, but that's a story for another time. Now, the great Elvis Presley was the original choice for LaBeouf, but the producer turned him down when his agent demanded top billing over both Wayne and Darby. Glen Campbell was then cast instead. In multiple interviews, Campbell claimed that Wayne, along with his daughter, approached him backstage at his show and asked him if he would like to be in the movie. Now, Wayne himself began lobbying for the part of Rooster Cogburn after reading the novel by Charles Portis. Now, historians believe Cogburn was based on Deputy U.S. Marshal Heck Thomas, who brought in some of the toughest outlaws. The cast also again features Duvall, Hopper, Jeff Corey, and Strutter Martin, and the title song, sung by Campbell, was also Oscar nominated. Now, again, he was directed by Henry Hathaway and written by Marguerite Roberts, based on True Grit by Charles Portis, produced by Halby Wallace, and cinematography by the great Lucien Ballard. Edited by Warren Lowe, with music by the very talented Elmer Bernstein. Now distributed by Paramount, it was released on June 12, 1969 in Little Rock, Arkansas, but then had a West Coast release a day later. Running time was a little bit over 2 hours, with, get this, a good box office of $31.1 million. So it's like any movie, what appears on the screen may not appear in real life. I think Elvis would have done a great job with this, but I really think, in my personal opinion, Sandra Locke was an up-and-coming actress. She hadn't reached her 70s popularity as part of the Clint Eastwood universe yet, but I think she would have done a great job. So Sally Field, maybe a little bit too slight for the part, and she was still learning her trade. But Glen Campbell again, Glen Campbell, any country star is a good actor. We see Willie Nelson and all Merle Haggard, all these people, they make good character actors. But I think the best cast would have been Sandra Locke, Elvis, and John Wayne. But even before the film was finished, they were predicting Wayne was going to win Best Oscar. I think Sandra Rock would have been nominated, and Elvis probably would have got a Best Supporting Actor nomination. Could it have saved his life by just one movie? We can't really quote on that because that's too much of speculation. I know Elvis was a good actor and was underrated in most of the parts he did, like what he called the $3 million productions that the Colonel put him under. So that's a little bit of True Grit history and John Wayne's impact in the movie. Thanks for listening. If you like what we're doing here with our John Wayne podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening. Bye.